Noble for Boxing UK. I'm here with Eddie Hearn. How are we doing this afternoon, Eddie?
Doing very well, Rack. How are you, mate?
I'm doing good. Another big fight night, AJ?
Yeah, excited. Back at the O2. It's been 6.5 years, 10 years since his debut. I think it's a tough fight. I think there's a lot of pressure on him. Franklin, good performance against Dillian Whyte. He's a smart fighter, smaller fighter, which AJ's struggled with in the past, but I expect him to do a good job on him and move forward for a big 2023.
I remember we spoke after the Dillian Whyte Franklin fight, and at that point, no one was assuming it was going to be Dillian Franklin fighting in this fight. Otto Warlin, when names were put around, Dempsey, McKean. How did we end up ultimately with Jermaine Franklin?
I mean, the two names that you mentioned there, I think were good options, but they're also southpaws. And when we spoke to Derek James, he was like, look, I don't really see him fighting many southpaws in the future, so I'd like to focus on an orthodox fighter. Then we started thinking about Franklin, and a lot of people felt that fight was very close with Dillian Whyte, and he was the guy that we chose. We reached out to him. I always felt that if Jermaine Franklin beat Dillian Whyte, he would get the fight with Anthony Joshua. He lost to him, and it was a very close fight, but ended up getting it as well. And I think it's a good fight.
Of course, the winner of that fight, you said, was meant to fight Anthony Joshua. Could we still see Dillian Whyte fight Anthony Joshua?
Yeah,
some
we'd
point
like to.
next
That
year?
fight was always scheduled for us for the summer in a stadium, so nothing really changes. We still like that fight. There's other fights out there for AJ. You saw him there talk about money for the first time, really.
Yeah,
and I know that he wants world titles for sure. And sometimes I feel like he doesn't want to put that pressure on himself. But at the same time, he wants to win world titles, but he wants to be in big fights. And if that comes through Tyson Fury, if that comes through Deontay Wilder, maybe that could be next for the summer.
Just wanted to touch on that. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, those would be the legacy fights. So those would be the legacy names. What are the percentage chances we will see that at some point this year?
I mean, look, you never know in boxing. There is a chance, I guess, that Fury doesn't fight Usyk. I think he will. But if he doesn't, there's a lot more money out there for him to fight Anthony Joshua. So maybe we make that fight in the summer. I have no idea. I mean, the Wilder fight, the same. They're fights for me that should happen in 2023. I'll see AJ boxing for another 3 years. And he wants to fight everybody. But sooner rather than later would be nice.
I'm just touching on the undercards. Of course, Felix Cash. His nemesis, Ammo Williams. Will he be making any appearances at the card or at the venue that night?
Not on the card, but also at the same time, that fight is agreed between both men. After we agreed that fight, the EBU called for a purse bid for Signani against Cash. Cash wants to win the European title, as a lot of fighters do. So he's fitting that one in, and we'll go straight into the Ammo Williams fight, maybe as early as the end of May. So Ammo may take another fight in the meantime as well, but you will see Cash against Ammo Williams. But first, he wants to pick up the European title. Craig Richards is on the card as well against Bolotnik. It's a fantastic fight that's rescheduled after Craig Richards' illness. You're going to see Fabio Wardley, looks like, defend his British heavyweight title on the card. Maybe Chantel Cameron defending her undisputed championship as well. So it's going to be a busy night.
As well, Neeks Johnson, Ellie Scotney.
Yeah.
She's IBF mandatory. When could we be seeing that fight?
Good question, mate. I'm glad you asked that question because it's very, very frustrating. Ellie Scotney has done unbelievable and has been in some perfect fights that have got her mandatory position to Shanika Johnson. Shanika Johnson and her team requested a medical exception to say that she won't be ready till July or August. I mean, she last fought in September, October. She did have a horrendous cut, but she's also offering other people fights at the same time. I don't know what they're up to, but we have it in writing that Shanika Johnson is not allowed to fight anybody else other than Ellie Scotney. And, it's something I take very seriously because Ellie Scotney deserves her world title fight. So she's been called for an interim world title fight against Maureen Shea, which will take place in April. But I just don't know, I don't know if Shanika Johnson's being told that, when Ellie Scotney schedules her fight, you can have a quick defence. We have it in writing from the IBF that she can't. So I would like Shanika Johnson to come out now, actually, and say, let's fight in April or May. Because otherwise, she's going to be waiting for a long time. And it's a great fight. We could do it in Australia, we could do it in the UK, but I want Ellie Scotney to get a shot at the world title.
Rightfully deserved. She's been waiting for that shot for some time now. She had her eliminator.
Absolutely,
and she won.
well.
And just go on to one final topic. Ryder Canelo talks of it being in the Middle East, talks of it being in London, Mexico City. What's the latest talk, Eddie?
I don't think Middle East or London. I think Mexico or the US, but it's down to Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez. We're talking every day. I think a decision is imminent on Canelo's next fight. Hopefully it's John Ryder. Wherever that is, he'll be ready. it's a great opportunity for him, and hopefully that will be announced soon.
And just before we round off, can you just talk on the pay-per-view increase of price? A lot of people on Twitter don't seem to be too happy, but there is some understanding and logic behind it.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, there is no pay-per-view, but for people that want to jump in and jump out, it is going to be more expensive than it is to the loyal customers that are DAZN subscribers every month. If you are subscribing to DAZN every month, of which I think the value is tremendous, you're going to be paying either £8.30 or $9.99 a month. You're also going to get pay-per-view fights like AJ, which is pay-per-view on every other platform, as part of your subscription. Taylor Serrano as part of your subscription. Ryder against Canelo, if that lands, as part of your subscription. So the value is incredible. People are saying the cost is too much now if I just want to pop in for a fight. We don't want you to pop in for a fight. We think the value is there to be a long-term DAZN subscriber, but if you want to pop in, it's still going to be cheaper for those pay-per-view nights than they would be in the past. $19.99 in April to watch Anthony Joshua, Bam Rodriguez, Cordina against Rakimov, and our Sheffield show, versus $24.99 to watch AJ on one night. So my advice is, everyone watching this clip who is a hardcore fight fan, you are DAZN subscribers, you have been from the start, the value is there. Keep supporting us, and the schedule is going to be fantastic. So thank you for support, and thank you, Mr. Noble.
Thank you very much. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury.
I'm quite looking forward to it. I think I did think that Jake Paul would win the fight, but I think I've changed my mind. It's a 50-50 though, which is a little bit worrying in itself. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you.